All right, number 13, we want to use transformations to graph the function n of x. So let me just kind of point out a couple things. You want to follow order of operations. Inside the bracket or the radical, you have a negative x minus 4. If you were to factor this out, usually what we would do when we're looking at transformations is find out what that b value is. And sometimes we're going to have to factor it out. So if I factor out the negative, this problem will look like this: x plus 4. So the transformation we're seeing is that this gets reflected across the y-axis and shifted left 4 units. However, if we were to do it this way, I think it would still come out correct if we did the right order. It would seem like we would have to do the order backwards though. So the minus 4 would go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and then this graph would, the original graph goes this way, but when you reflect it, it's going to take this point and mirror image 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go out to the left. So that's the end graph we would get here. Doing it with the transformation, we would reflect this graph first. So it's going this way. We would first reflect it to go this way, and then the plus 4 means go left 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I would move this point here, and so you can see it lines up exactly with this. However, it seems as though we're doing it out of order, because if you were to start in the middle and then you reflected it first and then you moved 4 to the right, that would be in the wrong position. So just got to be careful with the ordering. It might be better for you to factor it out so you can kind of see it like this, and then again use the order of operations: PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division. So that's going to be the reflection comes before the addition and subtraction, which would be the shift, horizontal shift. So anyway, on this one, you're going to reflect it across the y-axis, and then I'm going to do the 4 units to the left, and that should give us what we need. All right, 14, we're going to use the graph of the function f of x and then f of negative x. We're going to use the graph of y equals f of x to graph the given function, which I want to graph f of negative x. So here's f of x. F of negative x, just like we just did previously, is going to reflect across the y-axis. So if I were to take this graph and just reflect it across the y-axis, that's going to give me the negative f of x. I think that's all they want there. And 15, we're going to use transformations to graph this function. So this is a parabola. This is the parent function of a quadratic equation. This is general parabola. Parentheses, exponents, we're going to do inside the parentheses first. So there's no horizontal compression, but there is a horizontal shift. So the first thing we're going to do is shift this unit 5 units to the left. So that's the parentheses. So parentheses, exponents, then we're going to do the multiplication. So this negative on the outside, meaning the y value is going to become negative. So I take this graph and we're going to reflect it across the x-axis. So going from positive y to negative. That's what this negative out front is going to do. So we're going to flip it down, and then the minus 2 is going to shift this graph vertically down 2 units. So again, order of operations, you start inside the parentheses and then you work your way out, multiplication, division. So this is the end result. And that'll be it.